In the era of filters, fame, and flawless selfies, some Hollywood celebrities pushed touch-ups toward frightening new extremes. From rappers with completely altered faces to reality stars rebuilding their images, these celebs show that beauty can fight back. Get ready for a wild journey through sparkle, glamour, and a few cosmetic disasters, where every nip and tuck arrives with extra drama, denial, and way too much filler today. Number 1. Caitlyn Jenner, the Olympic hero who reshaped herself before the public eye. The world held its breath the moment Caitlyn Jenner appeared on the cover of Vanity Fair in 2015. One headline, one image, one of the most powerful transformations in pop culture history. Former Olympic champion Bruce Jenner, once seen as the symbol of American masculinity, reintroduced herself to the world as Caitlyn, graceful, confident, and openly real. This was not simply a makeover, it was an identity shock that changed everything. Behind that historic reveal was a long, complicated journey shaped by deeply personal decisions and extensive cosmetic procedures. During her transition, Caitlyn went through an intense 10-hour facial feminization surgery, reshaping her brow, jawline, chin, nose, and cheeks. Over time, she continued with Botox, fillers, and detailed refinements to soften her features and keep a youthful appearance. As her look evolved, critics quickly stepped in, pointing to skin that appeared too tight and expressions that felt frozen, turning admiration into controversy almost overnight. Caitlyn never avoided the discussion. She clearly explained that these surgeries were not about vanity, but alignment, bringing her outer appearance closer to who she had always been inside. Even so, the public stayed divided. Courage or excess? Freedom or fixation? So the real question remains, when becoming your true self requires reshaping your face, where does self-acceptance truly begin, and where does it cross the line? Number 2. Lil' Kim, the rap queen who reshaped her face again and again. The shock landed before any beat played, when Lil' Kim returned to the spotlight looking nothing like the fearless legend who once ruled hip-hop. Fans stood still. This was the woman who defined fearless beauty in the 90s. Bright wigs, bold fashion, and a face that commanded every camera. But somewhere between platinum success and non-stop judgment, Lil' Kim's reflection began changing fast. What began as a nose surgery after a violent relationship slowly became a long cycle of cosmetic procedures. Narrower noses, fuller lips, reshaped cheekbones. Each step carried her farther from her original appearance. Critics were harsh, jokes non-stop, and public curiosity endless. LaToya never fully confirmed how extensive the surgeries became, yet she never disappeared either. She kept appearing, smiling through judgment, determined to own her story in a family famous for constant reinvention. Her journey shifted from vanity to survival in a dynasty where perfection was the baseline. When your identity grows in the shadow of icons, are you reshaping your face to satisfy the world or simply trying to recognize yourself in the mirror? Number 4. Katie Price, the reality queen who kept pressing edit on her own face. The reaction was instant when Katie Price appeared looking swollen, stretched, and painfully unfamiliar. Even loyal fans struggled to recognize the woman once known as Jordan, the fearless model who ruled tabloids and confidence at the same time. This was not a glow-up. This felt like a loud warning sign. Fame did not change Katie overnight, but surgery after surgery slowly reshaped her. Breast enhancements, lip fillers, Botox, facial adjustments. Katie never hid her love of cosmetic work, but in 2017, everything shifted when a lip filler procedure went wrong, leaving her heartbroken and openly saying she felt ugly. That moment became the turning point of a journey many believe crossed from self-expression to self-destruction. Even as doctors reportedly refused more procedures due to serious health risks, Katie continued searching for the next fix, hoping the mirror would finally smile back. Yet here's the contradiction. Katie Price remains brutally honest.
She warns others, speaks openly about regret, and still shows up without apology. Her story goes beyond surgery. It's about insecurity magnified by fame. Before the next transformation appears on your screen, ask yourself where the line truly sits between confidence and obsession. Subscribe and stay with us because the truth behind beauty only goes deeper from here. Number 5. Simon Cowell, the TV mogul who nearly erased all his expressions. The moment Simon Cowell appeared on screen looking tighter than his own talent contracts, viewers almost forgot to breathe. This was the brutally honest judge of American Idol and The X Factor, the man whose raised eyebrow alone could shatter dreams. Suddenly, that eyebrow barely moved. His face appeared frozen, stretched, and oddly unfamiliar, and the internet had a field day. When the king of blunt criticism became the subject of jokes, the irony was irresistible. For years, Simon openly used Botox and fillers to combat aging on HD cameras. What began as a minor refresh slowly became a face struggling to smile, frown, or react, not ideal for someone whose job relies on expressions. The turning point arrived when Simon admitted he had gone too far, saying his young son was frightened by his appearance. That was the wake-up call no mirror could deliver. Simon later removed most of the fillers, embraced a more natural look, and publicly cautioned others about overdoing cosmetic procedures. In true Cowell fashion, he owned the mistake with honesty and dry humor. His story shows that even the most powerful figures in entertainment are not immune to the pressure to stay young, because in a world obsessed with perfection,